We have Dr. Bo in the house. Thank you so much for agreeing to be interviewed for my channel. I thought it would be a great idea for people who are thinking about taking the Silva Method to get this perspective from someone who's taken the Silva Method with me specifically and make their decision. Thank you so much for doing this.
You're so welcome, Erica, and thank you so much for inviting me for this interview. I'm excited, a little bit nervous, but more excited, I think.
Oh, I'm excited too. Thank you so much. So I know that you originally took the course back in 2024. It's been about a year and a half, and you took it with your
Mhm.
husband, right? And
Yes.
can you tell me a little bit about how you heard about the Silva Method?
So I think I heard about the Silva Method through Mind Valley that I had subscribed to a few years ago, and I was always intrigued. It was always in the back of my mind, never really thought too much about it. And end of 2023 comes around, and then life just felt really stuck because I had um, not too long ago quit my nursing job, started my acupuncture practice, and didn't know anything about the business. And I was just feeling, I don't know, really stuck. And so I started searching in the beginning of 2024 now, I'm in the dumps for 2, 3 months and searched online Silva Method near me, and you came across Bay Area Silva Method, and I was reading through your course online, and I thought, will this work for me? Sent you an email, and just waiting for you to reply back, and I thought, oh, I don't think they're gonna call back. It's just a number. And then I was really surprised because I mean, no, not a year later, a week later, you replied back, or because you were on vacation or something. I forget that time. And I was really surprised because I was really surprised and intrigued that, oh, finally someone called me. This is real. This is the real deal here. And I remember asking you, will this work for me? Because I've been in so many mentoring courses, personal development courses, that it didn't really work for me. And not that the course didn't work, but it was because I never applied it to myself.
Hmm.
And you said something along the line, well, I can't guarantee what you will do, but I know this does work for me in my experience. And so
Yeah.
I think, yeah, just taking that leap of faith that when you shared with me that you've encountered it since you were 12,
Hmm. Yeah, I
and then,
remember that conversation with you, and I was like, I don't know if you're going to use the tools. But I was like, I can just speak from my own experience, and it's like they're just practical tools that you can use in every part of your day. So I do remember that call. And I remember, do you remember the call that we had after you called me after you graduated?
oh, I don't quite remember that one. No.
Yeah, on our 30-minute check-in, the
Oh,
call
yes,
that
yes.
I offered,
Okay.
you were
Yeah.
like, I can use the tools for literally everything in my life, like every single aspect. And I just remember you being so excited. So that was also one of my favorite
Yeah.
calls. Yeah,
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah. Mine too. Thank you.
Hmm. Did you have any expectations going into the class? Like, did you know generally what the Silva Method was about?
I did not. I
Oh,
know it
wow.
was, yeah, I did not. Whatever I read on your website, just detailing the course about getting into alpha, and with my nursing background, I was familiar with it, but
Hmm.
didn't really understand too much of it. And in meditation, right? And I've done meditation in the past, wasn't really very consistent with other types of meditations. And so I was doing my best not to have any expectation, because that was my personality, is to have a high expectation, and then things don't always quite meet it. And then I'm like, maybe that wasn't right for me. And so I was doing my best to just kind of have an open mind to, okay, this is going to work for me. I'm going to meet great people. I'm going to love ERIKA, and then go from there. And it was exactly how how I said it would be. Yeah.
Oh, that is so awesome. Was there anything in particular that kind of surprised you about the course when you were there? Do you remember? I mean, I know it was
I
like
think it
a
was
whole
just
year and a half
easy.
away.
Well, no, because I remember thinking, oh, this is easy. I
Hmm.
can do this.
Awesome. I love it. Well, you are the most consistent, one of the most consistent students that comes to the live meditations that I do.
Right.
So that is definitely a testament to you practicing the tools and techniques on a daily basis. So,
I know that on the days or the weeks that I'm not very consistent, my life is not as, or I'm not as happy as on the days when I'm very consistent with the meditation,
mhm.
especially if I do it more than once a day. And usually when I apply it to my goals, I should say, when things starts coming in, it's like, oh, well, what a coincidence. And I thought, oh, well, maybe this is not a coincidence because I've already created it in my mind. And now
Mhm.
I'm taking the action and now I'm looking for it. And because I'm looking for it, it's coming to me.
Yeah.
And my husband, the first class we met, right, introduced ourselves, and I said, "Well, this is my husband. Came here not by choice."
I
But
remember
now
that too.
he's loving it more. I think he's practicing it just as much, if not more than me, and everything's working out really well for both of us. And we don't have any regrets on taking that leap of faith and driving 2 hours to get to you.
Yeah, well, I'm so
Yeah.
glad that you did take the leap of faith and brought Nick along with you because I remember when you said that you're like, and he just came basically because I told him to come, and I was like, what? I was like, well,
I
good
scared
luck,
you,
Nick.
right? We scared you.
Yeah. But he seemed to really enjoy it, and he is also very consistent in coming every single week and doing the guided meditations and everything. And it's
Yeah.
just so beautiful that the two of you are on the same page. Do you guys meditate together?
No, we should. I think
Yeah.
we did it for a week or two in the
Mm-hmm.
beginning of after taking your course the first time, and then we fell off after that. But yeah, I think
Mm-hmm.
you need to
Yeah.
arrange that again because it was more powerful when we meditated together. Yeah.
Yeah, like if you have a joint goal that you both want to work on or work on for your business, your acupuncture business as well, you can invite him
Yes.
in and both of you can work on meditations and stuff together. That is so awesome. So, has anything changed for you since taking the course?
Oh yeah, tremendously. When I use it consistently, I do see a lot of changes in my life. And when I'm not as consistent, things go
Mm.
down a little bit. But I think the biggest change that I noticed was in my finances, and that was July of 2024. And by the following month, that month, my revenue for my office doubled.
Wow, that is
Yes.
awesome.
And so it's like,
Wow.
okay, well, I already recovered more than what I invested in for the both of us, our expense in traveling there, the class itself,
Hmm.
staying because we stayed at the hotel for the 4 days that we attended course. So yeah, so I was thinking, okay, well, this works pretty good. Let's keep going. And again, when I was consistent, things always got better, especially in my finances. I think before the interview, we were talking about how, for some reason, for me, everything seems easy, but when it comes to talking about money, finances, that seems to be the most challenging topic for me.
Hmm.
And when,
I'm sensing a reframe there. Because that is something that comes up for you. So maybe I feel at ease when talking about money. The
yeah,
mental house cleaning, you can, hey,
yeah,
cancel, cancel. I
cancel,
feel at
cancel. Yes.
ease and I'm very confident when I talk about money. So just just thought I'd plant a little seed.
Yeah,
You're,
thank you.
yeah,
That one's a nice one. Yeah.
awesome. That is so wonderful. I'm so happy. It's just so awesome for me, first of all, to even have a community of other like-minded people that I can talk to about stuff like this. But since I've been doing it since I was 12 years old, I just have a different perspective on things because it's just kind of integrated in my everyday life. And
Hmm.
you'll find that too, that the more you practice and use the tools throughout your day, like whether you're trying to find something or trying to find a parking space too. That one's awesome. Just little
Right.
things, that everything just starts to flow with ease. Like you mentioned, like when you're using the tools and techniques, things start to flow a lot better,
Yes, a
right?
lot better. Yeah.
And I know, like, I'm not perfect. I'm a human. Sometimes I don't use the tools, and I'm like, oh, wait, you can tell because things start to become a little harder, right? And you're not so
Yeah.
much in the flow. At least that's how I experience it. So it's so nice to get your perspective, being a little bit newer on the path of
Right.
using the tools and techniques.
I do want to add, anytime when I'm complaining that things aren't going well, or if Nick is complaining, we constantly reminding each other, three fingers. Did you go at level yet? Did you go to alpha yet? And it's like, and there's times when I get frustrated. "Oh, I don't need a reminder." He's like, "Oh, you do. You do, because you wouldn't be saying that to me right now."
I know it can be both a blessing and a little bit of an annoyance. I totally get that. You're like, oh, I know I should be doing it, but I don't need you to tell me. That is so
Yeah.
funny. Do you find yourself using any one of the tools more than others?
Well, the three thing there's three actually.
Hmm.
The mental health cleaning, cancel, right? And then
Yeah.
repeating another affirmation. And I actually, in my office, I teach that to my patients all the time.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Because they're coming in for pain, physical or emotional pain, and there can be a lot of complaints.
Hmm.
And so I have to help them reframe it, because I don't want to bring that home with me.
Yeah.
Everything's energy, and so we have to really be careful with how we interact, right? And so
Hmm.
by me reminding them, hey, you can say cancel, and
Hmm.
replace it with a positive affirmation. What do you want? Right? If you
Yeah.
don't want that pain, stop saying my knee pain or my anxiety or something. Just say the knee pain, the anxiety.
Yeah.
Dissociate yourself with it, and then give yourself a positive affirmation. What do you want to feel when
Yeah.
this pain is gone? Or if you
Mm.
had no pain? Yeah.
Yeah. That is
So
so
that's number
beautiful.
one. The
Hmm.
second would be the three fingers. I do that quite a bit, especially if I'm meeting new patients and I'm not sure how they're going to be.
Hmm.
And definitely when I'm naming my price, again, it goes back to, at the end of the day, yes, I'm a practitioner, but at the end of the day, I'm a business owner. I can't do anything for free. I have to pay my
Hmm.
bills too. And so
Yeah.
that's where I came to terms with, okay, every service has a price, and this is my price. And I do the three fingers to calm my energy down,
Yeah. Yeah.
right?
Changing your
Because,
state.
yes, say it with confidence, because I've been doing this for a long time. I've been in healthcare for a long time too, so I
Hmm.
have quite a bit of knowledge and experience.
Hmm.
And just coming across as, I'm confident that this is the price. I'm not doing it for free.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
and so every time I do that, there's something that I feel, and I'm not sure what it is, but when I remember to do that, the right person always says yes to my treatment plan. They're happy with my service, and I almost always surpass their expectations.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, that is so wonderful.
right.
Absolutely. Something came to me when you were talking about feeling calm. It's like I give wonderful service for wonderful pay, and you do deserve it,
Right.
because what you're giving is so much more. Just having the being in tune with yourself, with the patient energetically, and you had mentioned sending them healing light while you're doing the service on them. So you're performing a wonderful service for them and helping them heal. That is first and foremost. I know that Jose Silva would always say that, like, your health comes first, because if it doesn't, it's always there. It's always in the background, it's always there, and you're not fully focused on attaining your goals if, you're dealing with a headache or with something a little bit more chronic or painful than that, right?
Right. And
So,
that's the third common thing that I practice, is sending everyone healing, loving light, especially if when they're on the table, and I guide them through a breathing exercise to have them visualize receiving the light,
I
or
love that.
bringing in the light. And I don't say that I'm sending it. I just say, okay, we'll just visualize bringing in light, shine it down from your head to toe, and push
Hmm.
out any heavy energy that you might be feeling. And as I'm guiding them doing that, and they're doing the deep breathing, I'm visualizing myself sending the light from the top, going through and sending it there. If I'm, so I do that for my patients. If I'm worried about my kids, because my oldest is 21, and sometimes he goes home late. I mean, he goes out late, comes
Hmm.
home comes home even later or doesn't come home at all. He stays with his
Yeah.
over at his friend's house. And so I'll just do the three fingers and I just visualize just protective light around him. He said, okay, my son is safe and protected at all times.
Oh, I love that. That is so important for us
Yes.
parents because I know that it's easy just to start that worry loop inside of us. And
Yes.
if you just surround them with protective light. I do that with my son every day and my
Right.
husband and other family members just because, and it stops the worry because I used to
Yes.
worry so much when I was little about everything and everyone. And that really helps to calm nerves is just to say, you know what? I'm just going to surround you with this protective light.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that's what I do because otherwise I'll be up at 1 in the morning wondering why he's not home when I need
Right?
to get up early to go and see patients in the office. So that's what I do. And
Yeah.
then I'm like, okay, I did my job. My son's protected. And then I just go right back to sleep.
That's wonderful. I love that you do that. So, just about you and your business, you've been practicing acupuncture for how many years now?
Gosh, since 2017. So what is that?
Oh, wow.
Uh,
2007, that's 9 years this
is it
year. It's
nine
going to be
years?
9 years.
Oh yeah,
That is,
9 years. Almost, yeah, going on 9 years. And oh, actually, no, exactly 9 years. But there were 5 years that I was not interacting, overlapping, working as a nurse and treating people with acupuncture.
mhm.
And then solely 4 years that I've been just doing acupuncture.
That is so wonderful. Um, I love that. And I just love how you're starting to integrate the Silva Method tools and techniques with your patients there. And so you're a doctor in
Doctor of
acupuncture is,
acupuncture and Oriental medicine, yes.
oh, how beautiful. That is such a
Thank you.
beautiful course of study. But
Yeah.
yeah, I actually there's an acupuncturist here where I live, and I've taken my son with great results. I mean, I tried the Western medicine thing, and they were, giving him allergy medicines and all sorts of things. And I was like, you know what? A friend recommended this person that was here, took him there, took two treatments, and he's over it. So
Hmm.
that's why I'm just like, oh my gosh, yes, I love acupuncture. It's the oldest medicine, isn't it? 5,000
It
years old,
is like,
something like
well,
that.
some places say 4,000, some places 5,000. Either
Wow.
way, it's still, it's really old
Exactly. And it wouldn't be around still if it didn't work and
if
have
it didn't work.
wonderful.
That's right.
Yeah, I think it's
Yeah.
a beautiful practice that you have there. So, have you noticed any difference with treating the people with the Silva method while you're doing the acupuncture? Do you get the feedback from your patients or no?
I've never really thought of it, or I just expect that they will get better, and they do. And
Mm-hmm.
I know um, right away when I come into my office, I ground myself and the office itself. It sounds kind of weird that I do that. But when I started doing that more often after practicing Silva Method, I noticed a lot of people coming in as soon as they walk into the door,
Mm-hmm.
they're already saying, I already feel calm. You haven't
Yeah.
even started anything with me yet. I feel like I'm already healed. And I thought,
Mm-hmm.
okay, there's something to this. But it's even, people meeting me nowadays where they see me, they say, there's something about you I don't know, but I feel that I can trust you and you can help me. I got that before, but after practicing Silva Method, I got that compliment way more, like maybe triple more than
Mm-hmm.
before practicing. So something about it is really, people are feeling it in me.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Yeah.
wonderful. That's so beautiful. Do you have any questions for me about about the Silva method, the practice, or I mean, I see you every week, so.
I I think, and this goes to like what we were talking about before with consistency,
Hmm.
right? Because I do struggle with it too, but I think that's the other thing that most people might be thinking, well, how do you be consistent,
Hmm.
especially with the Silva method, so you can apply it to not only to your health, but, to financial goals, because that's a big one, especially with everything that's going on around the world and here in the country, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. What I would say is just you've got to practice it. And sometimes you just have to put it on your calendar. Like this is what I do when I wake up. Before I step out of bed, I must, do at least, 2 to 3 minutes of the meditation. So just starting every day that way makes such a huge difference. I know it's made a difference in my life. Whenever I just pop out of bed and I don't take that moment to stop and meditate and ground myself and to set an intention for the day. You can program how you want your day to go with that morning meditation. And I love the 3-to-1 method because it like gets you right to that alpha state within minutes. Like I would say 1.5 to 2 minutes, you're there. But having that consistency of this is what I do when I wake up in the morning. And if that means you're gonna wake up a little bit earlier, then you wake up a little bit earlier. But that's the first thing that you do before you get out of bed. And when you do that, I think that's like sets the foundation. Before you get out of bed, you're doing your meditation, you set your intention for the day, then it just grounds you. It sets you on the right path. And then, throughout the day, you're using your 3 fingers technique, you're calming yourself, you're finding things, finding parking spaces if you have to drive anywhere. And then in the afternoon also, when you like pairing it up with an activity. So waking up, you meditate. You eat lunch, you meditate. So before it's no rushing, like everybody has got to eat, right? Making that time either before or after, and you tune in, even if you're just tuning in and just relaxing. A great one to do after lunch is the awake control, energizing yourself. Or maybe
Right.
you have a patient that's coming in and you want to send them healing energy ahead of time or program how the session is going to go ahead of time. And then, of course, at night, and this would be a great time for you, Nick, once you're about to go to sleep, just meditating together.
Mm.
And you can do a review of your day at that time, or that's also a great time to get guidance on anything that you have going on, goals or whatever.
So when you're saying reviewing goals, I mean, reviewing your day, are we doing this in the white frame or in the
You can just do
laboratory?
it, you can just do it on the mental screen. Just
Mhm.
project your mental screen and then you can review your day. And if there's anything in your day that you wish would have gone differently, you can change it, right? You can go back, rewind, change it, and just project it the way that you want it to be. Perhaps even doing a forgiveness meditation of yourself and of others. So you're just kind of clearing the slate, last thing every single day. And then, of course, just ending with gratitude. Just
I
thank
really
you.
like that. That advice is nice because there's days I woke up with the best intention, did my meditation, the 3-to-1, and then things don't,
Yeah,
there's
life
hiccups down the
happens.
road, right?
Yeah,
Then going to bed and then reflecting, but oh, I could have done this, I could have done that. But in doing it at Alpha, I think that have I would have gone to bed feeling so much better and calmer.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah, and it's not meant to like shame yourself either. It's just meant to
right.
just acknowledge it and then just, okay, well, tomorrow will be a better day. Tomorrow, this is what I'm going to do. Or
Hmm.
just reframing the memory of it so that you feel good about it and you feel good about yourself, right?
Yeah,
So, and then if
that's really
anybody
good
needs
advice.
to be forgiven, anything happen, because yeah, life is not always, life is life. Life
Right.
happens to all of
Yes,
us, regardless. And
right.
sometimes, sometimes we say things that we later regret, or, oh my gosh, I did this and I didn't mean to do that. That's a great time to go back. And if you feel like, okay, you know what, I'm going to call that person tomorrow and I'm going to apologize, that's fine. But it's also good to revisualize it and ask them for, forgiveness
Mm.
and forgive yourself. is so important too, because I feel like a lot of people, especially in this industry, healthcare, we can be so hard on ourselves, you know? So it's a great time, great practice to
Yeah.
just stop and say, I forgive myself, I forgive you, all is well between us, and go to sleep from there.
So I'm always amazed every time we're in class with you and you'll pick up something. It's like, okay, did she just read my mind? Because you always come up with, you'll say something like, oh my gosh, I was just thinking and she answered me. This is so, so, one is right now what you're talking about, the forgiveness part. And the other one is doing the meditation as we're eating our meal. That's so profound because lately I've been so stressed out um, that I've been stress eating more. And I thought, oh my goodness, I broke out of this pattern a long time ago. What's going on?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if I have just stopped and thought, okay, let's do a little meditation, if it's a three fingers, enjoy this meal,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
get myself grounded so that the food that goes into my mouth, my body can process it better, right?
Yes.
Instead of getting stored as fat or something.
Mm-hmm.
Whether I'm eating healthy food or not, in this case, not so healthy food because I'm stress eating. So I
I
love
hear
that.
you.
Thank you for bringing that up.
Absolutely. I find that, sometimes I feel like I am reading somebody's mind or they are reading mine too. And I truly believe thoughts are things. And that's why it's so important to manage your thoughts and with the mental house cleaning technique. But I have found that, like, sometimes I'm thinking something or something pops in my head and someone will mention something about it. And it's like, okay, who thought it first? But I don't know. But I had just found just to trust in myself and trust, that I'm receiving information. And so I just say basically what comes to mind. And if it lands with somebody, that's great. But it's just a matter of just trusting and being open and setting the right intention to receive information. And I always, always, when I'm doing a class, set the intention that I'm open and receptive to anything that needs to be said in whatever way for it to land with somebody, right?
Mm.
To be
Yeah.
just like an open vessel so that if I need to say anything in a particular way, for somebody to understand that I'm open and receptive to saying it in that specific way. So,
Yeah, I love that because I do that too. Um, uh, Besides doing the hypnosis and doing the acupuncture in my practice, I also do hypnosis. And so just before starting a session, I do a little prayer. I go to level and just say like, let me just be clear. The exact word I say is a clear conduit, like just being clear and receptive. There's no judgment in me. I'm receiving something beyond me that maybe this person needs to hear from in the right way, right? And
yeah.
it almost always happens, and the person will say, like, oh my gosh, Dr. Bo, you said this, this, this. And I'm thinking like, oh, I don't even remember saying that. I normally won't say that. But I think that was the message that they needed to hear. And obviously they heard it. And that's what really gets them to um, switch that awareness of being negative to positive, because that was the session. The purpose of the session is just to reframe their mindset, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so thank you. I always thought like, oh, that this is kind of silly what I'm doing, but you totally just kind of confirm like, okay, I'm on the right track.
You are absolutely 100% on the right track. Excellent. Well, I just want to thank you so much for your time and being here and, your openness and willingness to be interviewed and share your experience with the Silva Method. And hopefully, and I know that this will, help somebody out, whether they're deciding to take the class or not. But
Yeah.
I would like for you to also share where people can find you. Do you
Oh,
have
thank
a
you.
website, or how can people find you if they're interested in doing an acupuncture or hypnotist appointment with you?
Yes. So my business name is Herban. It's Herban Wellness Acupuncture. And actually I do an integration of acupuncture, hypnosis, or nutrition,
Mm.
combination of, so either three separately or all three together, or a combination, whatever it is that people are requesting for. My website is herbanwellnessacu.com. I'm on Instagram at herban_doc, so DOC, HERBAN_DOC. And I'm in San Jose, California. So if anyone is interested, yeah, you can find me in those two places.
That is
Thank you.
wonderful. With 17 years experience plus the Silva method. Couldn't ask for
Silva
anything more.
Met, I know, and nursing. So a lot of the time, people are newcomers to acupuncture. They don't know what it is, and they find me on my website somehow, and they see that I have a nursing background, and that's how I'm able to. They see, okay, I'll give it a try. She's a nurse, so she can't do anything wrong. It's like, oh, well, thank you.
Yeah,
And they're always happy with their choice in coming in. Yeah.
that's so wonderful. Well, thanks again. Thank you so much. And I know
Thank
this
you,
is going to
Erica,
help
for
so many
having me.
people
Yes.
make that decision whether to, take the Silva method or not. And also
Yeah,
just give people graduates ideas of all of the different things that you can do with the Silva method.
right. I definitely am happy with my choice, and am so glad that I found you a year and a half ago, because things really
Okay.
did just lined up by the end of 2024. And that's how I met a patient who became a friend who introduced me to the nutrition side of my business. And yeah, things have been going so well.
That is
Better and
so
better.
wonderful. Yeah,
It's
it's better and better,
better
getting
and
better
better.
and better. Well, thanks
Yeah.
again. I truly appreciate you coming.